Hi everyone, it's Maureen Muldoon. Thank you so much for joining us, for sticking with the lessons, and I'm so grateful to have stumbled upon this book. How about you? It's such a great book. Today's lesson is powerful. The lesson is 127. There is no love but God's. If you haven't already, please subscribe and give us a like and share it with your friends, because when we share the love of God, we're literally miracle workers. We're extensions of God's love. So there is no love but God's. There is no love but God's. What? Perhaps you think that different kinds of love are possible. Perhaps you think that there's a kind of love for this and a kind of love for that, a way of loving one and another way of loving still another. Love is one. It has no separate parts and no degrees and no kinds nor levels, no divergencies, no distractions. It's like itself, unchanged throughout. It never alters with a person or a circumstance. It is the heart of God and also of His Son. So, in my mind, I think about this concept, and what comes to mind is the sun, and how the sun falls on all things equally. It doesn't say, like, that's poison ivy, I'm not going to give that love, or that's a blueberry bush, I love them, so I'm going to give them more. It falls on all things equally. If we are to fully embody this lesson, we're being asked to fall on all things equally and to not have special relationships. That's a huge idea and not always easy to implement, but I think it's important for us to at least know where we're headed. So what that means is that I love my son, but it's only real love is if I love the guy on the street, the homeless man, the same degree that I love my son. Good luck with that. I mean, that's what this lesson is saying. Now we get to figure out how to implement it. It says love's meaning is obscure to anyone who thinks that love can change. He does not see that changing love must be impossible, and thus he thinks that he can love at times and hate at other times. He also thinks that love can be bestowed on one and yet remain itself, although it's withheld from others. To believe these things of love is not to understand it. If it could make such distinctions, it would have to judge between the righteous and the sinner and perceive the Son of God in separate parts. There was a movie one time about, I forget who was in it, but it was like they went to Vegas and they kept using the word nest egg. And she was like, we gotta protect the nest egg. And she like went down and gambled the whole nest egg away. And the next morning she like woke up her husband. She was like, oh my gosh, I gambled the whole nest egg away. And he's like, what? And she's like, yeah, I took the nest egg down to the gambling place and I like gambled the whole nest egg. And he's like, what? She's like, yeah, the nest egg is gone. He's like, stop it. Stop using the word nest egg. Anybody who doesn't respect the actual meaning of the word nest egg is not allowed to use the word nest egg. And that's what this lesson reminds me of. It's like, we're not really allowed to use the word love, because the thing that we call love is not love. This is what love is. Love is, equally available to all people. It comes from us. We have no authority to say, I love this and I don't love that. Like, we're supposed to be open channels of love. And until we get to that state, which, believe me, it's probably like walking on water. And I haven't attained it. And I don't know if it's, there are people who live in that state of bliss. I do believe that. Jesus was one of them. So, he says, this and greater things shall we do. Okay, let's roll with that. I'm not going to doubt him, though it does seem like this is a big request of one who loves to live in the separated state. Number 3, love cannot judge. As it is one itself, it looks on all as one. Its meaning lies in oneness, and it must elude the mind that thinks of it as partial or in part. There is no love but God's love, and all of love is His. There is no principle that rules where love is not. Love is a law without an opposite. Its wholeness is the power holding everything as one, the link between Father and Son, which holds them both forever as the same. So, my love, it's just you and God. It's only ever been just you and God. And as we relinquish all the other identifiers and the sweet dream that we're in and really get back to this openness God's love, we will experience a closer idea to what this lesson is nodding toward. It says and what it's saying is like there's the only place to get love is from God. Like there you can go to all the no frills stores, you can go to all the like knockoff stores and try and buy your knockoff love. But the only place to get true love is from God. So it's good information to have, you know. We chase the pill, the prayer, the practitioner, we chase the guy, the shoes, the car, and we think when I get these things, I will be happy and I will have love. And it's saying like first go to God. Seek first God and all else is given. I mean, that's the mathematical equation that they've been streaming at us from all religions and philosophies. So maybe we should start picking up what they're putting down. Seek first God's love. It goes on to say in 4, no course whose purpose is to teach you to remember what you really are can fail to emphasize that there can never be a difference in what you really are and what love is. Why is that? Because nothing leaves its source. We are extensions of God, and being extensions of God, we are extensions of love. Love's meaning is your own. That's sweet, isn't it? And shared by God himself. For what you are is what he is. There is no love but his, and what he is everything there is. So I like to say everything is everything, and everything is love. And it helps to soothe my mind and my, wayward soul. Everything is everything, and everything is love. And that exists right here in this moment between you and I, between you and everything. There's no limit placed upon himself, and so you are unlimited as well. That's a powerful and generous statement. You are limitless. No law the world obeys can help you grasp love's meaning. What the world believes was made to hide love's meaning and to keep it dark and secret. There is not one principle the world holds but violates the truth of what love is and what you are as well. So don't go to the illusion to find your identity. Go to God. Seek not within the world to find yourself. Love is not found in darkness and in death, yet it is perfectly apparent to the eyes that see and ears that hear love's voice. Today we practice making free your mind of all the laws you think you must obey, of all the limits under which you live, and all the changes that you think are part of human destiny. Today we take the largest single step this course requests in your advancement towards its established goal. So this is a very important lesson. It's saying like this is the largest single step that we take together. And the idea is there is no love but God's. That's the idea. So we want to breathe that in. There is no love but God's. If you achieve the faintest glimmer of what love means today, you have advanced in distance without measure and in time beyond the count of years for your release. Let us together then be glad to give some time to God today and understand there is no better use for time than this. For 15 minutes twice today, escape from every law in which you now believe. Open your mind and rest. The world that seems to hold you prisoner can be escaped by anyone who does not hold it dear. Withdraw all value you have placed upon its meager offerings and senseless gifts, and let the gifts of God replace them all. Call to your Father, certain that his voice will answer. He himself has promised this, and he himself will place a spark of truth within your mind wherever you give up a false belief, a dark illusion of your own reality and what love means. He will shine through your idle thoughts today and help you understand the truth of love. In loving gentleness, he will abide within you as you allow his voice to teach love's meaning to your clean and open mind, and he will bless the lessons with his love. Today, the legions of the future years of waiting for salvation disappear. Before the timelessness of what you learn, let us give thanks today that we are spared a future like the past. Today we leave the past behind, nevermore to be remembered, and we raise our eyes upon a different present, where a future dawns unlike the past in every attribute. The world in infancy is newly born, and we will watch it grow in health and strength to shed its blessing upon all who come to learn to cast aside the world they thought was made in hate, to be love's enemy. Now are they all made free along with us. Now are they all our brothers in God's love. We will remember them throughout the day, because we cannot leave a part of us outside our love if we would know ourselves. This is such good stuff. I don't even want to pause, but it's just so beautiful because it's saying, like, today, be present with God's love, and God will present you with everything. And it's reminding us again, like, we can't leave anybody out. So when we talked yesterday, given to receive are one in truth. Like, we can't leave anybody off the bus. We got to make sure no one gets left behind. And that means that we shine our love on all things equally. And there are those people in our lives where we're like, even that guy? And it's like, especially that guy. Remember that that guy is just a little kid in a Darth Vader costume who's knocking on your door. Trick or treat. I want candy. I don't want your hatred. I don't want your judgment. I don't want your vitriol. I just want love. Can we give him love? Are we willing to stretch past our discomfort zones and our own illusion so we can give him love? Because he is a part of ourselves that we have segregated, that we have kicked out of the story, and we can't come to God unless we come holy. So we have to invite back in all our members. We have to remember ourselves so that we can move in a holy state to our divine. It says at least 3 times an hour, think of one who makes the journey with you and who came to learn what you must learn. And as he comes to mind, give him this message from yourself, capital S. I bless you, my brother, with the love of God, which I would share with you. For I would learn the joyous lesson that there is no love but God's, and yours, and mine, and everyone's. So we're asked to do this for 15 minutes, and any time that person comes to mind, and I think it's specifically any person who like rattles your cage, say, I bless you, my brother, with the love of God. And I would share this love with you, for I would learn the joyous lesson that there is no love but God's, and yours, and mine, and everyone's. So it's a beautiful lesson. And even just sitting with it for a little while, even just reading it over, I'd love to just invite you to close your eyes and hear the words just one more time. I bless you, my brother, with the love of God, which I would share with you, for I would learn the joyous lesson that there is no love but God's, and yours and mine and everyone's. I would love to invite anyone who's listening to take this to a commitment to your memory. Like, commit this little verse to your memory. I bless you, brother, with the love of God, which I would share with you, for I would learn the joyous lesson that there is no love but God's, and yours and mine and everyone's. Like, if you can remember that and commit that to memory, it's going to help you to row down, through this day. Some people say that the song of a Course in Miracles is row, row, row your boat gently down the stream, merrily, 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 life is but a dream. And so this lesson helps us to just row in love. And if we can't remember that that's the song, then you can go to the shorter version of the song, which is don't worry, be happy, and to address everything with joyful expectancy. But mostly this lesson is about eroding, the illusion that you're separate from your brother. You can no more be separate from your brother than be separate from God. And so we work on eroding those 2 illusions so that we can come back and return to love. That's the lesson today. There is no love but God's. Thank you for practicing with me today. And if you would like to leave a comment or a thought or anything, it's always nice to converse and connect. Be sure to like. I really appreciate that. And share with your friends. Share the love of God. God bless. Namaste.